I really want to be healthy. Honestly, I do. I start out, like I'll get up in the morning, I have oatmeal, I have a banana, and then around 9, I go, did I eat anything? It's so dry here, isn't it? It's a good chapstick place. A couple hours in this weather, you're chapsticking everything. What are you doing? My cheeks are chapped. Well, you're gonna need a bigger stick. Can I get the butt chapstick, please? Don't you hate this? You're walking down the street, your friend goes, can I borrow your chapstick? Can I wear your underwear? It's a non-borrowing item. You always give it up, keep it. I have to be healthier now because my doctor's yelling at me about, they're the ones who, this is how he talks to me. Louie, got a microphone and everything. He's a show business doctor. Louie, I'm worried about you. Well, don't charge me then. No, I had a heart episode. You know what that is? That's what they call it when you have really good insurance. That doesn't even sound bad. He's had a heart episode. No big deal. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I go, phew, I didn't eat tacos. I drove myself to the hospital, you know, so I could have that last cigarette. Well, if you're gonna go, it's a good thing KFC wasn't open. Yeah, they found him in the car. He kicked the bucket, holding the bucket. Did he leave a note? Well, there was something written on the window in gravy. It was either sorry or coleslaw. I didn't know this. If you're a fat person and you go to the hospital and you say chest pains, you're in. Fat guy, chest pains, come on down. What about the guy with no head? We got a bucket of eyes coming out for him. The nurse takes me in a room and she goes, here, sir, put this on. On what? She puts the EKG thing on me, tears it off, you know. I go, what does it say? We don't read them.
By the way, this is all prosthetic. After the show, it comes off. I just air it out. It's like, I feel so free when I get it off. You know what I mean? It's getting harder and harder to motivate to exercise. In your 20s, you're like, you know, I want to be with someone physically fit, so I'll be physically fit. And then your 30s, you're like, I want to fight off aging. And then your 40s, you're like, it's over. And now I'm at the point where I look at morbidly obese people and I'm like, they seem happy. That's one way to live a life. I used to exercise to lose weight. Now I exercise so I can continue to fit in cars. Still a fitness goal. I've been in better shape in my life. I go in and out, you know, it's been a while. Not last year, but the year before, my big accomplishment is I ran the New York City Marathon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Half of you are like, no, you didn't. I did, you bastards. All right? I ran and completed. All right, fine, I didn't. which I guess is technically different than running it. Turns out I couldn't run the New York City Marathon because I didn't want to. Which is the main reason I don't do a lot of things. I just rarely admit it. It's like, hey, Jim, why don't you come to my birthday party? I didn't want to. We never really reply to invitations that way. Don't want to go. Completely available, just not interested. Really wish I wasn't there, so I won't be. I know people who have run the New York City Marathon. They always bring it up. They're like, yeah, I ran the New York City Marathon. I was asked, did you win? No, but I finished. What place you come in? I don't know. Sounds like you came in last. Really, what you're saying is you lost the New York City Marathon. If I were you, I wouldn't bring that up. But that's why some people run marathons, so that they can say, I ran a marathon, which to me is not a good enough reason. Heck, I can say I ran a marathon. In fact, earlier I did. Didn't feel good, it felt dishonest. I guess what I'm trying to say is marathon runners are liars. All of them. It's too far, it's way too far. 26.2 miles, that's too far to run, jog, or frankly drive, let's be serious. But you know what? I'm not a runner. Half of you are like, we never thought you were. At this point, we're not sure if you're a walker. But running is huge, right? There are stores just for runners. There's magazines dedicated to running. Runner's World, a magazine all about running. And if you thought running was boring, wait till you read about running. At this point, is there any information we don't have on running? Oh, you're supposed to use your arms when you run. What? I think I've been running backwards. No wonder I keep losing. The runner's high, I'm sure that's not a myth. Let me get this right. You're confusing exhaustion for high? Have you ever been high before? How can you confuse I can't breathe with joy?
I've done every kind of exercise in the world, and when I was y'all's age, I was so gung-ho. And I wanted to go and do, and I wanted to be firm and tone, and then one day I just said, I don't care. But, and that's a good feeling too. But when I was y'all's age, I was big into CrossFit. Do y'all have CrossFit here? Ooh, I hope y'all don't end up in a boot. All right. It is bad mamma jamma. And it came to Knoxville, and these young boys in their early 20s opened it up, and they were darling. And they both had little fannies that looked like baseballs. And I wanted my fanny to look like a baseball. So I got my good friend Becky. Becky and I joined CrossFit together. For those of you who don't know, it's like military moves, push-ups, pull-ups, that kind of thing. They'd put a big tractor tire in the parking lot, and they'd set Becky in it, and I'd pull her across the parking lot while she held her purse. Well, these boys came to us one day, and they said, hey, we're going to have a contest, and whoever wins it gets 3 months of free training. And it's going to be for the women and for the men. It's going to last 10 weeks. We're going to take your before and after picture, and then the whole gym's going to vote on whose body has changed the most. And we were like, yes. So one day, we show up, didn't know it was picture day. I had on a horrible-looking sports bra that had lost all of its support, and I should have bizzed it the night before. It had a gray tint to it, and it really wasn't gray, it was white. And if I'd have known it was going to be picture day, I'd have gotten a spray tan. But anyway, they said, take your top off to me and Becky, and they go, just leave on your sports bra and your spandex, and we're going to take your picture. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And I didn't want those little boys to not ever want to marry and have children. So I said, Becky, me and you, we're going in the back. I said, I'm taking Becky's picture and she'll take mine. So we went in the back room, and Becky went. And I said, what are you doing, Becky? don't you want to win this thing? I want to win it. So I took my spandex and shoved it under my stomach and went. Thank you. Oh, it was a sight. These kids put it on the internet because that's what kids do. So if y'all Google it and you see this poor woman with her head cut off with these 2 feed sacks, oh, it was a sight. But what they said, they go, okay, and when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, you are what you eat, and I look like a big bun, is what I look like. But they said, you're going to eat paleo, and it's what God put upon the earth to sustain us. So if you can run it down and kill it, dig it out of the ground, pick it off of a bush, you can eat it. So that's lean meats, fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, and seeds. That's no grain, no dairy. When's the last time any of y'all ever got off of white flour? Anybody? Oh, and you still can yell. Okay. Good for you. Oh my gosh, I had the shakes. Becky and I both were shaking. We drank a bunch of coffee. Then we had to have our teeth whitened. Anyway, my husband said, you are so hateful. Will you please eat a piece of white bread? I mean, it was awful. I mean, oh, how horrible if somebody had to get off of heroin. I mean, and I don't know what that's like, but I watched Shaft when I was little, and I remember it being a booger when somebody had to get off of heroin. This felt similar. It may not have been. Anyway, they took the after picture, and I made sure I had a spray tan. Let me tell you that, honey, because a spray tan takes 12 pounds off of you. Anyway, I had a spray tan. I had on a really cute sports bra and spandex. And I took mine, and I'm ashamed to tell y'all, but I won that thing. Oh, thank you.
I feel like I want a diagnosis when I go to the doctor. I feel like the only thing I'm really looking for in a primary care physician is someone who is as committed to finding something wrong with me as I am, you know. I'm like, I gave you my copay. Give me my diagnosis. You know, maybe I just need to be burped. I don't know. That's why I'm here. I started working out, though. I started going, going to the gym. I mean, this is the thing. I've been working out, but like not changing my eating habits, so it's almost like I'm just like working out to maintain chubby. You know what I mean? I've been big into rotisserie chicken lately. I have like 3 rotisserie chicken carcasses in my trash right now. I buy them like they might not be available tomorrow. And I just eat them with my hand. You know, my friends are like, you want some silverware? I'm like, no, I'm done. Just spritz the fat off my face. I actually have an appointment. My biggest thing that I like, my favorite, buffalo chicken fingers. I love buffalo chicken fingers. I'll get up out of bed and go find myself some buffalo chicken fingers. I was out the other night and they had, on the menu, they had chicken fingers and then they had buffalo wings. So I was like, oh, you think I could get buffalo chicken fingers? And the waitress was like, well, it's just gonna be the chicken fingers cooked in the buffalo sauce. And I was like, well, thank God I asked. Because I was actually looking for the fingers of a buffalo chicken. And I would have been disappointed. How about the wings? Are those actually the wings of a buffalo? Or is this whole menu a big farce? I did recently try bran muffins. I don't know if you haven't tried them yet. Don't bother. I feel like brand muffin slogan should be like, hey, if you love muffins, but you don't love yourself enough to enjoy one. And that'd really sum up brand muffins. I like blueberry muffins. That's what I like. Yeah, clap for blueberry muffins. Yeah. Blueberry muffins deserve a nice round of applause. This is what I like about blueberry. I like the excitement of knowing that I'm gonna order a blueberry muffin and nobody else knows yet. You know, when I'm standing in line, I'm looking around. I'm like, nobody has any idea what I'm about to do here. And then the line starts getting shorter. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. It's coming. And then I get up to the counter, and I always act like it's a real afterthought. You know, I'm like, can I get a large coffee? And you know what? Give me one of those blueberry muffins. Meanwhile, I left my house 20 minutes ago, knowing that I was going to come here for a blueberry muffin. I'm like, it worked again. Worked again. I feel like I could rob a bank. I really do. But I've been going to the gym. I've been trying to be good about working out. All my friends are like, oh, it's great you going to the gym. You can meet people there. You know, no one ever talks to me at the gym. Like one time, a guy came up to me. He was like, oh, where'd you get the snacks? I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm the girl with the outside food. But my friends are always like, oh, you can meet men there. I think I can meet men. I'm like, I don't have any pickup lines at the gym. The best thing I can come up with is like, hey, who we kidding? I know an ice cream shop up the street. What do you say we get out of here? You'll have a little afternoon delight. I actually do I get intimidated at the gym because there are always guys there lifting weights, making all these noises. I don't know if you've ever seen them. You know, they're like, this is terrible. I'm like, no one's forcing you to pick up those weights. There's plenty of other lighter weights right around here. Play with those. But it's addictive making those noises. I do it now when I go to the gym. I leave out the lifting heavy weights part. I just walk through the door like, this is terrible. What am I doing here? I did do some Groupons for fitness. They had one in New York for Mendez Boxing Gym. Boxing's a really good workout. Anyways, I went and I told them, it's my first day of a Groupon, and they said, okay, well, go get changed. Go downstairs to get changed. When you're ready, see the guy in the red shirt in the corner. He'll show you around. It's all right. I go down, I get changed. I go over to the guy. I'm like, it's my first day. And he says, are you training for a fight? And I was like, no, I have a Groupon. I don't know if I was more embarrassed that I had a Groupon or he thought that I looked like an out-of-shape female boxer. And I was like, either way, I'm saving money.